Sorry. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Sorry. Thank you for coming. Welcome, Auntie Augustina. Welcome, Dayo, Adrian, Valerie, Chika, Shewa, Dayo. Welcome, everyone. So good to see you. Hello. So you're
Hey,
welcome to
Christmas lady. Hello, how are you?
Hello. So welcome everyone to this event. It's the Rural Gems. Um, it's one of our series of events this Christmas season, and we're really excited to share this this topic with every one of you. For a start, I would like to just tell you guys more about the Rural Gems and what we do in the Rural Gems. The Rural Gems is a non-profit organization established here in the UK, and our vision really is a world where disadvantaged people have opportunities um, available to them to succeed in life. And our objectives are mainly to promote education and foster skills acquisition among disadvantaged people, both here in the UK and in West Africa, in particular Nigeria. So our key areas are really establishment of libraries in rural African communities. And here in the UK, we work with disadvantaged young people and families to support them in terms of, in every way, really, in terms of food supplies, educational materials like computers, and also in terms of employability training, employability training and providing references for people who are out of jobs to help them get back to jobs. So today we said we'll be talking about okay, before we go to the topic of the day, I would like to share more about TRG's project with you guys, because some people, when they saw the flyer, they were thinking it was multi-level marketing or something, that we're selling products or something like that. And I said, no, it's not about that. We're a non-profit organization and we are here to support disadvantaged people, help one another, anybody struggling as a result of COVID-19 and whatever has befallen us in recent times. So yeah, that's it. So I would like to share my screen with you guys, just to run you through some of the projects that we have done recently as an organization, and we'll take it from there. So go. Can you see my screen, guys? Yeah, okay. So so one of our recent projects, sorry guys, I just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. So yeah, so some of the things we've done recently are on the 6th of December, we had a talk session titled Lean on Me, where we had young people, mostly from the ethnic minority background, come to the platform to share with us their lockdown experiences. So whether good or bad, they told us, young people from primary schools to secondary school and up to the university, they came to share with us some of the challenges they faced during the lockdown, and also how they came out, some of them came out stronger as a result of the challenges faced during lockdown. And then we came up with some coping strategies for them, like some of them who struggled with things like setting a routine and also not being able to contact the teacher or getting feedback from the teacher immediately while doing their online work. So we came up with strategies, which I have listed here, but I can circulate this at the end of this meeting to those of you who are interested in knowing a bit more about this. And then we also suggested in that meeting that we will use those young people as TRG ambassadors. So they will be the ones the organization will be using to promote its activities amongst young people in UK and probably internationally. And then the next thing our next project was the next project we've embarked on recently was the opening of our second Rural Gems Library in One in Rivers State. The first library was established in 2018 in Ozawa, Ikeduru local government in Imo State, Nigeria, precisely on the 28th of May, 2018. And this is our second library. So what we do in the library is equip it with books and also provide free IT training for rural Nigerian kids. We all know the importance of education. And for me, how I came about this vision was when I was a young child, my parents used to take me to the village a lot. So there, I mixed up with village kids and I found out that they were also smart. The only difference between us was that they didn't have the basic resources to learn, and they didn't also have maybe learned parents or learned adults to guide them. So I decided that when I grow up, I will do something for these young children, and that is what I am now doing. I'm just living my vision. So moving on. So this library was established just 3 days ago in One and is waxing strong. Then we move on to the next project quickly. These are books that have been donated, books, educational toys, computers that people donate to us from UK and we ship to Nigeria. So these ones are all here in my house, ready to go to Nigeria. We've shipped some already, which was how we were able to establish the libraries, but we keep making the shipment on and on. And then the next one, oh, just yesterday, very exciting. Yesterday, Saturday, we went out to the community to feed the poor, to feed the disadvantaged people. So we went into the Greenwich borough and we partnered with some organizations who have been dealing with disadvantaged people for years now. And one of them is the Father's Arm. The Father's Arm is located in Thamesmead, precisely Titmoss Avenue. It's an organization established in a church. Okay, so they've been feeding disadvantaged people for long. So they had hampers, these hampers here, ready for to go and give to their disadvantaged people. And then when we told them about the hot meals we wanted to give to the disadvantaged people, they jumped at it. And then we gave them our bowls of jollof rice with fried plantain in it and boiled egg. And then we put that all into the hamper. So that really made the day, these disadvantaged people's day. And so this was achieved. We were able to achieve this with your help. Most of our partners are here on the platform. With your donations, we were able to do the Meal on Me program yesterday. And we had to follow all the food and hygiene guidelines. So that's the ingredients, the list of ingredients and the allergens and all of that. And there was another organization. So we gave them about 54 bowls of jollof rice at Father's Arm. And then we moved on to another place called in Abbeywood. We met another woman called Florence. She's the CEO of an organization, a well-established charity here in the UK called World of Hope. So she feeds poor people too, disadvantaged people. In fact, now that there is COVID, she's got food bank in her house, and she has time slots for those families to come and get food from her house. So the initial arrangement was for us to give her 30 bowls of jollof rice. But when we got there and saw the situation, we had to increase it. We had to give them extra 20 bowls of jollof rice. So that was how we spent your money, and we're really grateful for your support. We felt really, really fulfilled yesterday doing this, knowing that we've put smiles on the faces of these people. Thank you very much for all your support. And our older projects, I've already mentioned this. This was the first library we launched in Ozawa 2 years ago. So that's me there reading with the children on the mat. And that's a core member. So usually in Nigeria, when you graduate from university, you have to serve the nation for 1 year. So we partner with the National Youth Service Scheme to give us these core members to help us in the library in order to cut down cost of paying salaries. So this is one of the corpus training young people in the library on computers. And these are the children here reading in the library. And yeah, so that's it, really. And then without further ado, I will stop sharing that screen and we'll move on to the next thing on our program, which is why money? Why money? Why did we, sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just checking the chats. Yeah. So why money, guys? We are talking about money because, well, we know what has been happening since this year. The COVID-19 pandemic has really caused a lot of job losses and caused a lot of instability in the whole world, in all sectors, really. So we decided that as part of what we're going to address will be money, because that also leads into education, which is one of our major objectives in this organization, promoting education. And when you phone parents, they tell you that they've lost their jobs, and as a result, they don't have computers for their children to learn, to do the online learning, and really monetize into everything. And before I call on our specialist to do the talk, which will be more of an interactive session, guys, we're not going to bore you. I would like you to put down your contact details in the chat box below. Don't worry, I've set it up so that I will be the only one receiving your chats, so it's not going publicly. And put your contact details there so that we can circulate the information after this meeting to every one of you. That's if you wish. And without, I think I've already exceeded my time. I would now like to welcome our sister Shewa Adeniji, who is a finance strategist and also a management consultant and an entrepreneur. She knows so much about money, business. She always talks business. In fact, whenever I call her, it's like the ideas are just there, just at her fingertips. She's full of knowledge, really. My own is just, I know about books, Akada, but she knows everything about money, business, and all of that. So without further ado, welcome, Sister Shewa. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doctor. I wish I'll become a doctor one day, an academic doctor. That'll be lovely. I can see Valerie Jacobs raise her hand. Is there any question? Could you attend to that yet?
Let me unmute her. Sorry. Oops.
I was only clapping. I was welcoming you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Valerie.
Right.
I appreciate that. Yes,
You're
I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you so much. And also, while we're still thanking people, I'll also like to thank everybody on the floor of the house, and we'll be having a lovely time today. So just relax and take it all in, and also work on it, because it's hope to be a life-changing session for all of us. And Sonny, I'm not sure if you're there now. I think I've seen the name, Sonny. Thank you so much for making out time out of no time for coming, because I know I sent you the message just this morning and you were able to make out time out of no time. So thank you so much for coming. Well, yeah, I was talking about hoping to become an academic doctor one day. So yes, I have a lot to learn from Mary, a lot of encouragement to move me towards that. Yes, I have 3 masters, but I've never gone towards saying, yes, it's the doctorate now, but it's so inspiring. We're all here to inspire one another. As they say, iron sharpens iron. We're to inspire, we're to encourage one another. And in the discussion today, I won't be doing much of academics. No, it's not about theory. It's more about practicals. Though theory is important for you to know your onions, but let's get it to work. So we're in the heart of getting it to work, being realistic, being just there, just let's see what works and let's do it. It's more about doing it. It's more about sharing the can-do spirit, as opposed to just saying, this is what the book says, this is what, and then moving on from what the book says. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to achieve it? So that's what we're going to be doing today. And also, I can see that this session is being recorded. Yes, we need to record this session because it's funded, and we need to share it with other people that are not able to attend the session. Okay, so please, if you do not wish to be recorded, kindly turn off your video recording at your end so that you will not be recorded. But it is just important for the Rural Gems to record this session. Okay, now we will be talking about the 3 M's of money, and is not multi-marketing. Okay, at this stage, we're not buying, we're not selling anything, you know, so it's not multi-marketing. Relax. Okay, it's all about you and you, what you can sell. So we're turning the tide now from being the people buying, and we're trying to see, can I be the person people are buying from? Okay, if you look around your home or wherever you are there, you have bought something. You have bought many things. You're still going to buy some things. Even this Christmas, regardless of the lockdown, you are still going to buy some things. You are still going to wrap some presents. You understand? So we are always buying, buying, buying. But now we want to take a step back and consider, can I sell anything? That it is mine. I am the one that produced it. It is mine, and people are buying from me. I know easily you can say, oh, no, business is not for me, because I've sent a lot of things to my home country for them to sell, and the money never came back. Even here in the UK, I sell Mary Kay products, you know, and they don't pay me. So I haven't tried all that. I've concluded business is not for me. I will just stick to my 9 to 5 and that's it. Please allow yourself to rethink your position. Just allow yourself. Just this opportunity to rethink your position and unpack it again and see if you can actually sell something. And when we talk about selling something, it's not only about products. It could be your services, because sale could be sale of goods or sale of services. So you could consider, what services can I sell? Even babysitting for somebody, it's a service you are selling. And we're going to simplify it today that you will have something to sell because you have something. It is so easy for us to say, I don't have anything. But I tell you, allow yourself to rethink and see that you have something. What do you have? It's like, what do you have in your house? What do you have? That you don't even need to go back to school to discover this thing. So tighten your seatbelt. We're going on a journey, okay? And at the end of the journey, you'll be glad you made this journey with us, okay? So if you want to grab yourself a cup of tea or water or coffee, just relax, because it will be a rewarding experience. Okay, okay. Mary's got the water there. Wow, that's good. You came prepared. And Augustina, wow, yes, that's it. Who else has got something to show me? Okay, can I see? What have you got there? Okay, my chair is so relaxing. I've got my chair.
Chika has got water. Yes.
Okay, Chika's got water. Excellent, excellent. Well, talking about Chika, I'm actually going to go straight to call Chika now, because Chika is such a wonderful, wonderful lady that turned situations around for herself, even with COVID. Remember, we're all experiencing this COVID-19 pandemic situation. In a situation like this, a lot of us will just feel very sad, very hopeless, very concerned about the future. Even it's affected a number of people's mental health. You know, we sleep, we're not sleeping well. We're thinking, is this the end of the world? Is this the end of it all? Even the students, they're wondering, why am I even in university? Am I going to graduate? And some will think, even if I do graduate, am I going to get a job? So that is the state of uncertainty we find ourselves at this point in time. But that could not be said about Chika, because she picked herself up and she turned the COVID situation around for good. Because during this period, Chika was able to bring up a business idea, and she's now running with it. So allow me to introduce to you Chika Ogweri Akinseye. Over to you, Chika.
Oh, wow. What a great introduction. And can I just commend Dr. Mary on what she's doing? She's actually an inspiration to me. She doesn't know it, but she really is. And we talk about money. Why do money isn't everything, but you know, money helps you to oil life, basically. It helps you to be able to support causes such as this. You're right? Because if you have some money, then you know this sort of a cause that Dr. Mary is championing is a great cause, and it's actually one that is very close to my heart, and one which I know that if I had the money, I'll be able to support her. But back to the point that, or the topic that we are obviously, you know, and the reason for bringing me on to talk for today. So at the beginning of the year, when life as we knew it changed, I found myself with a little bit more time than, you know, on my hands than I would normally have. I'm married with 3 young children. And typically you would find me rushing around from work to the kids' activities and so on. And suddenly I had time to pause and reflect on things. And I think around about the same time, you know, there was this, you know, there was an advice against non-essential travel, you know, and typically I would have to drive a fair distance to purchase products that I would use in the family. For example, body cream, hair care products, etc. But I started to research, how to make these products. I have a science background, and I started doing research. And I thought, well, how difficult can it be, So I started to order items and ingredients and started making products. And actually, they turned out all right, safe for my use and my family's use. And around about the same time, I also embarked on a journey to improve my financial IQ. You know, I just wanted to learn, and I don't have a knack before I didn't, I could say to myself, I don't have a knack for understanding the financial bits of life, and I would just sort of always push them to the back of my back of my mind. But I went on this journey. I came across concepts such as setting goals. Goals are very important. A dream that you write down with a date becomes a goal that you break down into steps becomes a plan broken down into action becomes reality. So it's important to set goals. And then I came across concepts such as mindset, having a growth and a fixed mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, you almost believe that you can't change your situation, correct? So and if you have, you can also move to a growth mindset, which means if you want to learn if there's something that you're really passionate about and you go, well, I don't, you can actually go, I want to attend the course. You have to make a positive step to actually say, I want to learn it, and you can learn it. It's possible. So it's all about mindsets. And then I learned things about, knowing your why. Why do you want to do something? It's, you can have a dream, but the why it keeps, is what motivates you to actually achieve those. It makes it easier to achieve those dreams. You have to have a very important, very good why. And then concepts such as cash flow quadrants, you have either you're an employee, you're sort of, people perform better as an employee, people perform better as a business owner, as a self-employed person, as an investor, but you can also be in all four quadrants and perform well in them. So, so like I was saying, not to digress, I came across all this concept at the same time where I was making those products for myself. And I thought, why not, think about a business, could you perhaps make a product that people might be interested in buying? Now, I started on the journey, making hair care products, body creams, and I was able to, make products that looked nice and worked for me. But at the same time, I also started to research other products, and where I started is not where I've ended up in. I'm now looking at home fragrances, and because, doing all my research, I found out that actually people really like home fragrances. So I've developed a number of products which have been received quite well, and I continue to build, I continue to research, and I continue to innovate. The thing at the time was this fear of, oh gosh, it's not good enough, or oh, how would it be received? But fear can kill so many dreams, and you've got to actually move beyond that point of feeling that you're going to be judged or whatever. You've got to get yourself out there, get yourself out of your comfort zone, and actually do something. Failure, a lot of people have failed, but through failure you get success. So you have to sort of get yourself out of this idea of, oh gosh, I'm going to fail. But from failing, you learn something and you actually move forward from where you started. Perhaps I stopped there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chika.
Thank you.
I think you've done my job for me now, so we can as well close.
Oh gosh, no, I was looking forward to hearing you.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's a good story. A way to turn situations around. Yes, what is happening with COVID-19 around the world is very depressing. But can we turn it around? Can we engage ourselves and our minds in other positive things that at the end of it all, it would have been that we turned the situation around. Okay, so when you have more time in your hands, as a number of us have today, we are proposing, can we use it to unveil the entrepreneurial skills within us? And when we talk about business, like I said, you could be considering goods and you could be considering services. Okay, so let's have that at the background. Okay, then the 3 M's of money. The 3 M's of money. The first M, make. Make. Do you make money? Remember, it's an interactive session. So please, you need to talk to me. We need to talk. Yes, we are in lockdown, but we are not locked down, you know. So please, let's talk. Okay? It's TRG Talk session, so we have to talk. Okay? So the question is, do you make money? Make. Can I have any responses? 1 or 2 will be fine, and I'll move on. And if you don't want to talk in terms of open your mic, can you put the answers, your answers in the chat? Just quickly type something, a response in the chat. And other people can see your response as well. Do you make money and how you make money? Because the first aim is make. So how do you make money if you make money? And if you don't make money, let me know. Let us know that. As for me, I don't make money.
Can you hear me?
No, please.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, my question is, can you expatiate on that word make? What do you mean make money? Is it somebody that goes to work and gets salary? Is it making money?
That is their own way of making money. If that's the main route for you to make money, you just say, through my work. Yes, I make money through my hand income. That's it. That's one way.
Okay.
Okay. So should we take that as your own way of making income, making money?
Yes. Yes.
Good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Who else is there? Especially people not, because you've had somebody that is earning money through work, through paid employment. So who else that, apart from paid employment, who else is making money and they're not in paid employment? How do you make money? Do you make money? How do you make money?
Many people are saying yes in the chat.
Yes, how? How? They should just quickly type in how.
Okay, how, guys?
Just set up a travel bubble. We'll actually try to eliminate the virus and use vaccines.
Can we get that person to mute his microphone, please? Somebody's mic is on.
Thank you. And also, Dr. Mary, is it possible we see some of the responses?
Yes.
It's just the addresses, the personal details that should be coming to you privately because of the government regulations.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Someone
all
said,
the responses, can we have them? Can we read them as well? So we have here Edmond, paid employment, excellent. So who else? How do you make money? Like if I'm on benefits, if I'm not employed, I'm earning benefits. I'm getting benefits every week, every month. Is that a way to earn money? Can we count that in? Yes, I would say yes, because it's money coming to you. Okay, so benefits.
Someone said stock trading.
Stock trading, yes. Yes.
Yeah, and somebody said employment, business, investment.
Excellent. So that's a multi-earner. Okay.
And then
even for the young person, are young people making money at all?
Yeah, somebody said, I am a student. And the other one said, yes, paid employment. And then another one said, I'm planning to make money after this session. Betty.
Okay, you will. We all will. And the student, is the student making any money? Does the student have any money?
Student, do you have any money, Frank? Oh, Francis. Oh, Francis. Do you have any money?
Your pocket money, money from parents, money from uncle, money from auntie.
From my
No,
husband.
she said she doesn't have. Okay, go on, Frances. Sorry.
From my husband.
From your husband, excellent. Excellent. So what we all agree now is one way or the other, we have money passed through our hands, either as a benefit, either as earnings, as salary, either as part-time job, either as Saturday jobs, either as from caring for young people, for children. We earn money, we have money. Money passed through our hands every year, okay? So those are the ways we make money. Some of the money could be earned income. Some of the money could be a gift. It's still the money you can control. As long as it passes through you and you have control of it, it's this kind of money we're talking about. So that is how you make money. Some people make money in multiple ways. Some people make money in very limited ways. But the fact is that we make money. Money is passing through our hands and we have control over that money coming through our hands. Fine. So that's the first M. And it seems we all pass in that first M. How you make money. Some, it could even be an endowment. It could be that your parents put some money out for you in a will or things like that. So we make money. There are various ways we can make money. Then, how do you manage money? The second hand is to manage. How do you manage it? Yes, they pay you £1,000 a month. And from the £1,000, you need to pay for food, you need to pay for all the groceries, you need to pay for transport, you need to pay for your phone, which seems to be the fancy of a lot of us, you know. So you spend some money, but in £1,000 a month, I'm just using that as an example. Is there any of that money that could be left after all your expenses? That's the question to everyone. Do you have anything left at the end of the month from that money? Let's have some responses. Anything from £100.
Mm-hmm.
Anything from £100 after you've spent what you need to spend. Do you have anything left? £100. We're starting from £100. Can I have some yeses or some no? You just spend everything and you're waiting again.
Okay. Ezekiel said yes. Olaide said yes, I do have leftovers.
Excellent.
Chika, another Chika from Nigeria said yes.
Okay, that's fine. That would do it for us to move it on. So yes is the answer we're getting. And I tell you, yes should be the answer. If in my mind, I cannot say yes, even if I'm earning £4,000 a month, and with all my outgoings, there is no way I can have left £100 at the end of the month. I need to rethink my position now, not tomorrow, now. Before we finish this session, I have to start rethinking. Because how can I work so hard and earn £4,000 or even earn £100 and not be able to have £10 left at the end of the month? Something is wrong somewhere. For people earning 4,000, 2,000, 3,000, it could be that you need to check your spending. Is there anything you can cut back on? Is there an holiday you can miss? I've been able to impact the life of a family when I just did the similar exercise with them. And the holiday to America, they do almost every year, spending about £4,000 as a family. I pleaded with them that, is it possible this year, and we're talking like 15 years ago now, that can you promise me that this year you will skip that holiday and you will use that money for your deposit for your home? Because this particular family, they were actually renting. They were renting. But that holiday to America was like their passion. They can't let go of it before they met me. But I'm glad they met me, because when I said that to them, I told the wife, she shared it with the husband, and they said, okay, why not? Let's give it a go. So that particular year, they did not go on holiday, and they were able to put the money towards the deposit for their home. And they own their own home now. It's all about a sacrifice. It's all about delayed gratification. So look into your finance, look into the money you have, and see what you can set aside. Because leading us to the third M is what you can set aside. If there's nothing you can set aside, then there's nothing to multiply. The third M is multiply. You cannot multiply if you have nothing to multiply. A legal Latin maxim says, nemo dat quod non habet. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot multiply what you do not have. You cannot build on nothing. So if you tell me today that you have nothing and you are not ready to delay your gratification and set aside something, then there's nothing to multiply. And that should not be your position. You should have something to multiply. That is why I even brought it down to as low as £100. A number of us, even young people, they buy a boot for £100. Even someone, I want to mention her name, bought a slipper, a student, bought a slippers, a flip-flop for £160. I was like, what? £160. Even the day I saw a makeup receipt, for a foundation lying around, and I looked at it, I saw £40. I said, what? Makeup, foundation for £40, a student. We have to get our priorities right, especially as we're growing up. We need to get our priorities. A lot of waste has happened. Talking to the adults now, especially adults in the UK or wherever you are around the globe, if you consider how much money had passed through your hands, you're as good as somebody having £500,000 passing through your hands, or whatever currency you're using wherever you are. And this is possible because let's say you're earning like 20,000 a year. You're earning 20,000 a year, and so many years had gone. You know how many years? Maybe you've been in the UK, using UK as an example, for 30 years, having migrated from wherever we migrated from individually. A lot of money has passed through our hands, a lot. But it's not about how much passed through your hands, but how much of it did you retain? Because it is what you retain that you can multiply. Doing a quick recap now before we now go to multiplication is, do you earn money? Does money pass through your hands that you can call your own and you can use the way you want it? We all agree, yes. Either as paid income, income from paid employment, or from benefits. In the UK, for example, there's the benefit system. I know in other parts of the world, they don't have that, but we're privileged in the UK to have a benefit system whereby a particular amount is paid to unemployed people every week or every month. So that is money you have control of. And even some might be that through a will, you were written into a will to be given an amount. So there are different ways, even pocket money, even gifts from friends, from uncles, from aunties. So even young people and old people, we all have money one way or the other passing through our hands, and we have control of such money. And out of such money, how do we manage it? We have to be able to manage it in a way that something is left. I tell you, something must be left. If something is not left, we are not doing justice to ourselves. We are not. So if something is not left, we need to rethink. Is it that we are sending too much money home? Is it that we're spending too much money on things that we enjoy? Is it possible we delay our gratification and ensure that something is left? Because it's only on what is left that you can use in multiplying. Is that okay? Now we move on to the third M, which is multiply. Multiply. You make money, you manage money, and you multiply money. And we are now suggesting on this platform that the best way to multiply money, or one of the ways to multiply money, is to set up a small business based on your interest, on your own passion, and allow that business to grow, because that is what you can call your own. Nothing is cast in stone. Even somebody earning £4,000 in a paid employment as of December 2019 may not have the job now. So a paid employment is not constant. Like now, we've been hearing that a lot of people are losing their jobs, and a lot more will lose their jobs come 2021. Just to be ensured that we deliver what we promised, I'm going to go back to what we said on the invite, okay, about what we're going to be talking about. We said, let's talk money in the face of financial meltdown. You will agree with me that we are all facing financial meltdown. Don't let's deceive ourselves. 2021, financially around the globe, is going to be tough. And I'm not a soothsayer, it's just obvious. And it's better we prepare for it. Okay, in as much as we're not troubled by it, we want to face it, bring it on. You know, we want to face it, but there's no point shouting, bring it on, and you're not prepared. Okay, when you're prepared, then you can say, well, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Okay, so let's talk money in the face of financial meltdown. That's what we're saying. We're talking money. How do we make money? How do we make extra money? You know, with what we have. How do we build what we have to be able to earn more money? Moving on. Then let's take the challenge to strategically position ourselves in overcoming potential financial challenge. Yes, there's a potential financial challenge coming. There is. We can all hear the sound. But what do we do about it? How do we prepare ourselves? If they ask someone now that, I'm sorry, we are closing down, this business is closing down, we won't be able to continue to employ you, would that be the end of it? Is there a fallback position? We are suggesting, could your business idea today be a fallback position, either now or in the future? But if you start developing it now, could it be a strong financial source for you in the near future? Even if your job is not taking, your paid employment is not taken away now, when you get to retirement age or whatever, they will at that time tell you to leave, even if you do not want to leave. So this business we are growing from today is more or less a fallback position. Whether you're asked to stop working, or because of age or some other situations, you cannot continue with your paid employment, what would you regard as your fallback position? Okay, like the person that said he or she is into stocks and shares. Yes, those are the fallback positions. Those are other things that they're trying. Okay, financial challenge. I've done a few of that as well, into stocks and all that, properties and all that, but it's good. It's good to diversify. It's good to diversify because shares at times maybe very harsh because I felt it. I felt it. So when they tell me about shares, I like, let me take a breather. Though when I was in it, I made a lot of money, but when things turned around, I say, like, oh, I'm out of here. But it's good. It's good if you know the game, you play it, you know. And I move into other games that I can control because some things you can't control them. So that's why I'm more into production now. You know, I produce things. At least if I don't see the money, I see my goods. Anyway, that's the Ijebu part of me coming. I'm from a part of West Africa, Nigeria, that they call them Ijebus. We watch our money so well. You know, that's me. Sorry by the side. I'm just feeling happy with myself. Okay, so overcoming potential financial challenges. There are potential financial challenges coming. And how do we overcome? Then let's explore enterprise and entrepreneurship at our level. So this session is not about pushing you into what you're not ready for. So it's to take it at your level. If your level is about stocks and shares, pick it from there. If your level is about investing in properties, because there will be lots of properties out there to be picked at ridiculous prices when there is financial meltdown. We all know that. It's not a story. Because years back, I'm talking around 2021, the property I bought then for like 70,000 is now 250,000. So, and it's because in anywhere, any situation of financial meltdown, properties worth 250 can actually come down to 150 because people are desperate. They just want to throw it. Rather than the mortgage providers taking the property off you, you will think, let me just sell it myself. You know, so while there is financial meltdown, some people are just ready to take advantage of the situation. So we're going to be talking today about enterprise and entrepreneurship at your level. A number of people that engage me would say, when we talk about business, they go, oh, I want to start my catering shop on the high street. Whereas they don't have the money for the high street shop. And as a result, they have not started. 10 years down the line, they have not. Thank you, Mr. Dio. I'll just hold on and take your question because I can see you raised your hand. Mr. Dio, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just started to, I know you're about to go into another section of your talk. Thank you for the introduction. So whilst we were talking, the first question you asked us is, do we make money? And I realized that I wanted to say something about that. And then there's this fundamental question that wasn't asked. Why do we need to make money? Why do I have to make money? Okay, so you mentioned that you could have been in the UK for 20 to 30 years, and so many monies have passed through your hands. How much of that have we retained? Very interesting question. Yes. But I just wanted to say that if you watch the news, every month, the Office of National Statistics, they're going to say the economy has grew by 2.5, has grew by 3%. And 20 years ago, the UK has its own GDP. The GDP of today is not the same as 20 years ago. So where I'm going to is this: why do we need to make money? I need to be in the marketplace. If you are not in the marketplace, you cannot profit. When you said we make money by earning salary, I don't believe that. My salary is my remuneration. It's not profit. I give in my time, I put in my blood, and then my employer pays me what they pay me is less than what I'm putting in. So I don't believe that is making money. But making money is when I put money into something and it brings me profit. That's what I believe. And if my own personal GDP is not growing as the economy is growing, then that means I don't have a presence in the market. I need to establish I need to, like that sister that has started something, what she has done to herself is to establish a presence in the marketplace. As the economy is improving, as people are gaining more money in their pocket to go and buy, that sister gets to make money because she now has a presence in the market. She has overcome the fear of going to the market. So, but if I stay with my 9 to 5, sit down and just depend on my salary, I am not in the market. As the economy is growing, my pocket is not growing. In fact, landlord is getting more money from me because rent is going up. Okay, so I believe, I'm not a financial expert, permit me please, but I'm just talking from what I've experienced in this country. So I had to sit down and say, look, I don't want to follow the path which my own parents followed. They've been here for long. And if I look at paying mortgages and all those things, just paying the banks, paying the government taxes, they do not have any presence in the marketplace. So I strongly believe that one of the things we need to talk about, the why do I need to start a business? Why do I need to do something? Because I need to have a presence in the marketplace. I know this is not a religious gathering, but there's a verse I found in the scripture that says the profit of the earth is for all. Ecclesiastes 5:9. The profit of the earth is for all. So everybody in the world is supposed to be profiting from the market. But if you don't have a presence in the market, how do you profit? So that's why I don't believe that salary is making money. No, that is what I'm supposed to struggle. If I work on salaries for some time, I now need to take whatever I can put aside and take it to the market. That's where I need to make money from, not the one I'm doing with my flesh and with my blood and my sweat and everything. That's what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dio. Thank you. Augustina, are you raising your hand? Sorry, I'll come back to you, Augustina, but let me quickly respond to Mr. Dio, because it seems that we're saying the same thing, but it's just a question of semantics. And semantics is more like English language, your interpretation of a word and how you apply it. Mr. Dio, making money, the context in which we used making money when we started is there any money coming to your hands? Do you have control of any kind of money from any source? So that is the making money. When you are working and earning your salary, which you called remuneration, it is still making money. But the context of you saying that when you now add more to it, just as the government will say, this is their GDP, this is how they topped it up, whatever they started with, how they topped it up at the end of the year, that is the multiplication we're talking about. But for you to multiply anything, it still needs to come into your hands, whether it is your sweat equity. And I want to be as basic as possible. I don't want to stray into academia. So I want to be as practical, as down to earth as possible, okay? But still coming to that, making money, your salary is what you have made in the month. You have made it, it is yours. You have earned it, it is yours. It's in your hands. So we're using the word making. How did you receive that money passed to your hands before you even make any decision on it? Yes, you earned it, you deserve it because it is your sweat equity, it's your remuneration, but it passed to your hands, it's in your control, you made it. I am not working. The government have thought, yeah, I am eligible for is it gyro they call it now, you know, and they give me that money once a week. I've earned that money, quote and unquote. It is mine. So I've made that money. So we're using that word make just to say that it's in your hands. Because if it's not in your hands, then you'd even have nothing to work with. Mr. Dyer, have I tried to let you see that? Yes, you
indeed.
can.
Yes,
They
indeed.
haven't
That's
given
fine.
me money. Yeah,
Okay,
they
thank you.
haven't given me money. It's my money. Yes, it's your money. You hand it, but it's still the money you made. But when we now talk about GDP of the government increasing and you increasing the quote unquote GDP of your hand salary, is what did you do with the remaining after you've spent what you need to spend? What did you do? It's when you invest that what is remaining that you can now talk about GDP, quote unquote, in individual context. That is the profit. How did you multiply it? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Augustina?
Okay. Thank you all for this lovely talk about money. Money.
Money.
Is the root of all evil, isn't it? But thank you for your points of the 3 M's, really. But my thing is that there's always this, I think with us Africans, there's always this emotional blackmail, which we get from home for a request for money. Yeah. Someone like me, I know you said about how do we manage our money? Like since August, I've had so many burials, family burials. The last one was just this Saturday, my uncle. And one body we had to take home in August. Those are expenses that falls on me because I'm on this side. So this type of unexpected expenses, how do you move away from it? In as much as you want to save your money, there's always demand for school fees, all that coming from home. Then even within here, because I'm involved in my secondary school, we have people losing their parents that they can't take the body home. We have colleagues passing on. You have to be part of that as well financially. How do you manage such things? Because these are the things that eat into your saving as much as you're trying to save. Then you have weddings. You know how our society is. How do you move away from that without you being seen as being, not involved and things like that? Then on the bit about potential financial challenges, yes, we're going to face at least 10 to 20 years of that because of the exits. When we come out of Euro, that is going to be quite a challenge for us. So probably maybe give us tips on how to manage that aspect. Yes, I have a job, but if you're single, saving can be a bit of a challenge as well. People that are married have 2 people with 2 incomes. It's easier to do it on that aspect as well. So sometimes things look very practical, but it is hard for some people to actually do it. That is what I want to contribute to this though. Thank you. And thank you, Dio, for your point. That was what I've already written it down, but it's already touched on it really. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do accept our condolences for the losses back home, do accept our condolences. But moving on to your other questions, you have to learn to say no. And not to people alone, even to yourself.
Which aspect, the burials or?
But when you talked about demands from home.
Yeah.
We all know that we have a lot of demands from home. Mm-hmm. And even here in the UK, people needing things and all that. But I think we need to learn at times to say no. It's just a personal financial discipline. Because no amount of money you give people, especially those back home, that would ever be enough.
Fair enough.
They will always be coming back. But I will tell them, or tell myself, if I can't tell them, give me some time. Let me invest this small amount. Let me turn this 1,000 I would have given you to 5,000. So that when I'm more financially stable, I can do more. So you need to say, I'm not just depriving them, I'm depriving myself, I'm depriving my children. There was a time I wasn't going on holidays. because I was investing that money. I was not going on holidays. I was not buying some things. Even if they told me to buy a car, I'll say not yet. There was a job, a huge contract I got sometime that even when my friend saw me on the train to King's Cross, because I live outside London, and she was telling me, wow, Shewa, with that huge contract, you should just go to town and buy this, buy that. I said, not yet. So if I'm depriving myself, I would deprive other people back home. I'm sorry. If they ask for £1,000 and I can afford 250, that's what I'll give, and they will survive. One thing we all know, that at the end of the day, they still survive. But all that they have allowed me is to invest that money and multiply it so that out of that multiplication, everybody will be happy. I will be happy as well. So that is what I will say to that. It takes a high level of discipline. And also, please do not count yourself disadvantaged. Whatever your situation, your color, the color of your skin, or your marital status, or where you are at the moment, turn it around to an advantage. And that is what Chika has done. The COVID situation, she has turned it to an advantage. So whatever you count as an advantage, as you mentioned, being a single lone parent, is it possible you turn it to an advantage? Nothing faces me, my sister, nothing faces me, because I've been there, I've done it. So when people say, because of your color, you won't get this contract, I say, forget it. I don't count my color as a disadvantage. So whatever your I'm not saying disadvantages are not real, but consider how to turn it around and make it an advantage and work on it. Okay?
Thank you.
Is that fine?
Yep.
Thank you. Mrs. Nwadison, please. Yeah. Mrs. Nwadison, I'm so sorry. I haven't called you. Thank you. I'm all ears now. We are all ears. Mrs. Nwadison, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shewa. That was a very thoughtful explanation, as you did say. Yes, there are people at home, and it's so obvious. And I love the way you threw that light on discipline. Discipline actually is the key. If you are not disciplined, trust me, every single day, morning, afternoon, night, they will be demanding for money. And at the end, you are the person who will be left out. And I love the way you said, it doesn't, nothing should phase you, whether you're single parents, whether you are color of your skin, it's just determination. When you are determined that you're going to get this, that this money I'm going to save it, nothing is stopping me. Even if there is expenses around, nothing is stopping me. That amount of money will be saved because expenses will never stop. It will always increase by the month. But if you say to yourself, every month I'm saving £200, regardless of the expenses I have, you will learn to cut down things and then you will save that money. But where I'm coming from is for us to look at it in a different angle. And my question is, yes, most of us make money in terms of salary, or what Dio said in terms of multiplying from your salary and investing it in bonds or whatever. But my issue now is, how do we support those who don't even have any source of income? Where do they start from? Because you must have a source of income to start from somewhere. You must have something coming in to start from somewhere. I know many of our brothers and sisters, because they are not citizens, because they don't have papers, they can't work, they can't do it. So there is no source of income coming in. Also, in terms of even government giving them any financial assistance, they don't get that. Then my question, as I said, is those people, how do we then encourage them to start somewhere so that something can come in that they can multiply, which is now the third you're talking about. Thank you so much for throwing lights on this particular issue, because it is something very, very important. Even as you started, immediately I had to call my daughter to come and listen, regardless she's very young. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad your daughter is joining us. I have worked with young people that have started their own business now. I started my own business at the age of 10. So I love to encourage young people to start their business. And it's even better when they start young. And some of the people that have coached in the past, their parents would just call me and say, oh, my daughter has now started her own tea business. You know, there's a girl now back in Nigeria. She did her master's here, and she's back in Nigeria now doing her own tea, you know, producing her own tea and selling them. There's another wedding I attended, and I met the girl's parents there. And the mom just came to me. She was so happy I attended that wedding. And she said, see, that wedding cake was made by my daughter, one of your students. So that's the joy. Yes, I'm happy to have your daughter online. And I would really encourage her to think towards business, because it's not all about academics. Okay, I just wanted to throw that in. It's not all about academics. All our children now, we should project them in the area of setting up their own business. Okay, whether in goods or in services, they should set up what they can call their own and what they can grow. Okay, then coming back to the people that may be refugees and asylum seekers, you know, immigrants to the UK and they don't have their papers, they're not allowed to work. I have worked with such people in the past, and I'm still working with them. What I did was to work with the Red Cross, because the Red Cross will always have people like that, refugees and asylum seekers. And based on regulations, they are not allowed to work by law. They are not allowed to work. But in working with them, I'm getting them ready. I'm getting them ready for work by looking at their own business, because I'm telling them, even when you spend 5 years, 10 years, because some people actually spend 10 years before they have their papers. That is, if they have their papers at all. Then where do you start from? The safe place to start from is for me to start mentoring you in the area of setting up and running a small business. Even if you are not doing it as your own at the moment, but you are learning, you are doing it as a volunteer, you are learning. And then when it's now time for them to go to the home office to now request their papers, they have an additional document from us saying that this person is not a liability to the UK or to England. This person is not a liability, he's actually an asset, because he has received training and he has done practical, because my own training is 20% theory, 80% practical. And such documents and evidence had supported their application to the Home Office. So because they are not by law allowed to home their own business, I wouldn't say that they should go ahead and home their own business, but let them be doing something, actively working towards it, that when they eventually have the papers, they are ready to go. And for some that are not employed, they don't have any form of things. That's why we broke it down that how do you get money? It may not be paid income. You know, it may not be a paid one, but how do you get, is it that government is giving you some money to maintain yourself? Is it that you're doing a job, you know, like cleaning or whatever? Something, there's still something there. But until it's not one thing fits all. But when each individuals come to me, I unpack it. And it's then their eyes will open as, wow, that is true. That is true. Even some women, you know, I have a lot of Somali clients and Sudanese clients. And when they come, they say, I don't have anything, shower, nothing. And I tell them, okay, do you receive any form of benefits? They say yes. I say, that is something, that is money you have control on, over. Even the child benefits, you know, all those things. Yes, we have money coming. There is money. I hope I've answered your question, but there is no way money is not coming. Though for some people, nothing, but you will just wonder how they are surviving if nothing is coming. For most of for the refugees and asylum seekers I meet at Red Cross, it's mostly in kind, not in cash. So they give them the clothing, they give them the food and all that. So there's really nothing to turn around, you know. But some of them, those people that have a little coming in, they can still invest something. Some they're teachers, they're just teaching people how to do something. So they don't even need a lot of investment in that. When I started my training business, enterprise development training, all I had was my laptop, which I've always had. So I didn't need a huge cash to pump into the business. That's why I was talking about £100. You can start a business with £100. Because if I go and do maybe after school lessons for some children, I don't need a lot of materials that I don't already have at home. So it's just to get myself there, deliver the training, and get my money. So not all the businesses need a lot of capital. So that's why I said, as little as £100, you can start your business. And then come to what Mr. Dyer said, it's then you start multiplying. Whatever you earn, until you start using the excess to invest, you haven't started multiplying because you're just spending. But no amount is too small to start a business. I live outside London, like I said. Finsbury Park is just like 30 minutes on the train from me. I will go to Finsbury Park then years back and buy bags for £5, bring those bags, handbags, ladies' handbags to Stevenage, just outside London, and sell it for £10. I've doubled my money. And my other job continues. So it's like multiple streams of income, Thank you, Augustina again. Thank you.
Just a question, really. I know you started off like, for me, I've always had this mindset of I can't do business. Yeah. How do I change that mindset that I have? Because I work in health, and because it takes so much of my time, I don't live in London. I live in outside London, where we don't have quite a lot of Blacks. So how do I change that mindset to say, oh yeah, maybe I can try something? I don't really think I've thought of the idea of selling. I'm not very good at asking people for money. I'd rather give than go and ask people, oh, buy this or that. Instead, people bring to me to buy from them and I support them. So how do I change that mindset that I have, really?
For me, look at my face. For me, please change that mindset. That's for me.
Oh.
Yeah. So you change it for me. You change it for other people on this platform that are supporting you, because we're all your cheerleaders now. Then how is to take that step? Look inward and think of what you can sell. You said you're not good at asking people for money when you sell to them. I know, yes, that's a downside for some people. But how about online selling? If you post to me, you don't need to see me to ask me for money. I would have even paid you whatever before you send the item. So whatever goods you think it's good for you to sell, even if it's chili pepper, dry pepper, if it's anything, you can do it online so that you will overcome that your challenge of having to ask people money. And if it's something you can actually distribute to shops, then getting the money, it's not a part. So why we are concerned asking for money is because we're selling to our friends and our family. And because we don't want to spoil that relationship, we'll say, I'd rather not ask her for the £3 than let that spoil our relationship. Whereas it's unfair on you, because if you give £3 away here, £10 away there, before you know it, your business is down. So, but if you are selling, through the shops or online, then your friends, even if they are buying from you, would have paid you before you part with your goods. And also, like we said, it could be goods or services. So you can look inward and say, okay, I'm not good with goods, but I can do services. I can do services. So it's just to unpack your own skills, your talents, your interests, and what is needed out there. Your service, your goods or services should meet a need. So choosing what to sell, it's another topic on its own. So, but it's you that could decide that. You do a desktop research and say, okay, what are people buying there? What are people selling there? Even when I go to the shops, like I go to Tesco and I'm doing my personal shopping, I'm looking in the freezers. Oh, what is there? What can I sell? Because really I'm into food anyway. So I'll be looking, oh, is it chin chin? Is it granite? Is it, what is not here at the moment that I know will sell? So you are to decide that. But in terms of changing that mindset, you have to speak to yourself and say, you must change, because there is the need first you have to ask yourself, is there a need or should I just continue? But when you come to terms that I need to make this money, I need to make this extra money for now and for my future. I'm not getting any younger. I need to have my own small business I'm growing now. Yes, I can still continue with my paid job, but I need to start growing my business so that I can leave a legacy. I want to leave my footprint on the path of life. I want to walk into Tesco one day and say, oh, that is the t-shirts, my brand of t-shirts they are selling. I want to do that. I'll feel really fulfilled. Walking into shops and seeing my brand name in that shop. So it depends on how you gravitate towards life and towards achieving in life. Apart from the monetary reward you get from it, it's also just satisfactory that you're doing your own thing. You're growing your own thing. And mind you, I'm not saying go and resign. I didn't say that. I didn't say go and resign from your paid employment, but carve out a business for yourself, that will have your own signature on it, and let it be what you will multiply money on. Yes, a number of people have mentioned I'll save it in the bank, that if I have 200 pounds, if I determine to be saving 200 pounds, I will do it every month. I'm suggesting that moving on from saving, it is investment we're talking about, because savings would have nothing. If I have 10,000 in the bank now, they won't give me a pound at the end of the month. Most of the banks I know. I've walked into a few banks and I've told them that if I save this money for this, that amount, how would you? The amounts they told me was as if they slapped me. It was an insult that for 10,000 pounds, this is what you had at the end of the month. Whereas if I invest it in something, it will get me more. So it's more about investing, in something. And what I have chosen for now is production, to produce something and to sell. Or in the services like the training I'm doing now, charge for my services, things like that. And with this COVID, what can I do online, and my business does not stop in the event of any pandemic situation like this in the future. So this pandemic has opened my eyes to, if I just decide to open a catering store, that may be affected in the future. Why not do an online service while I'm delivering the food to people in their homes? So it all brings about a systematic rethinking of where we stand and what kind of business we should choose. So we should be very clever in choosing the business that we're going to go for. Okay.
I'm sorry, please, can I read out some comments?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, well, Christabella, one of our young members, will like to ask a question, but Chika said she's happy to recommend a book or two to help with mindset change for Augustina, right? And Valerie said she could offer Augustina an opportunity to look at if she's interested, and actually she would like, she would send a link for her to look through first. Then Chika said audiobooks, listening to audiobooks to change her mindset. Yeah.
Thank you.
Those are the offers. And then Christabella would like to ask a question.
Okay, let's have the question.
So what inspired you to start your own business, and how did you know that the main goal or achievement of your business was right for you in your decision?
Oh, thank you. What inspired me is really me. I'm a quote unquote very restless person. I don't settle for little. I just want to go and get it done. Let's do it. Like Augustina was asking, and well, I thank God for the suggestions about read books, read that. It's good if you'll have time to read it. But the main thing is not in the reading, but the implementation of what you've read. If I were in your shoes, sitting where you are today, I'll just get up and go. Okay, I want to change mindset. Mindset, you are changed. And how do we know you are changed? I'll pick up something and sell. I'll just break that mold, but that is me. But if you want to be systematic about it, yes, you can You can go on those training, read those books, and they will inspire you. But please just don't stop at being inspired, implement it. So coming back to the young person's question, I think I have that entrepreneurial spirit, and I've always developed it, because at age 10, there's a lady way back in Nigeria then, a lady next to our home. She does what we call fish roll. Fish roll is like sausage roll that you have in the shops here, but instead of sausages, you have fish in them. And when she starts baking the fish roll in the morning, the whole aroma will fill the place. So I now decided, as a 10-year-old, I decided if I buy 20 naira, not even pounds, because it's just the money they'll give me to go to school, maybe 5 naira. And I bought like 10 sausage rolls, fish rolls, and I took it to my class room. And my customers were my classmates. You get it? So by the time I get to school with those sausage rolls, at least 10 of my 20 classmates will buy from me. And that was how I started. And when they bought from me, I became so popular in the class because they want to be my friend so that I can buy that fish roll for them. And they were my friends too, because I knew that before I even got to the class, I finished selling. Before the class teacher will come to the class to teach us in the morning, I've sold out. So my 10 sausage fish rolls became 15 fish rolls, became 30 fish rolls. So that's how I started multiplying it as a 10-year-old. And I was so happy doing that. Then moving on to the secondary school, I continued, and they were just money given to me by my parents or my uncles when they come visiting and all that. So, and I just knew that I had more money to spend. More money was coming to me. I was doing something, I was making friends. And that habit grew with me even up to the university. My university was outside Lagos, the city where we live. And when I come, I'll buy buttons, I'll buy clothing for my university mates. So that's how I grew it. So it grew naturally, you understand? That habit grew naturally. But I've also now trained other young people, you know, who did not have that organic skill with business, and they have now adopted it. So what should inspire you for you is, what do I want in life? How comfortable do I want to be in life? Yes, I'm working towards going to uni, or if you've already finished uni, I'm working towards employment, but is there something else? Who can inspire me? You know, you may decide to choose a mentor, you know, that if I come across to you now as a mentor, I wouldn't mind, you know, to choose a mentor so that they will tell you what they did, how they did it, and all the errors they made, you will be able to avoid it. But I tell you, think about your future, plan about your future, and it's more rewarding to work within your business as opposed to employment. But yes, you're studying in a university, or you'll be studying to get paid employment. That is fine, but you can combine it so that you're having multiple streams of income. And then you'll be satisfied to have your name on a brand or on a product somewhere. Yeah, so that inspired me. It was organic, it came naturally. And then I built on it and I started it. It's not that all the businesses were successful, but I'm ready to accept the failure in some businesses and reinvent another one and move on. And I'm just happy. You know, at the time, I used to think, well, I'm doing too much, but I'm just happy with life. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, well done. Thank you. So I'm going to round up my own part of the session now because it's actually 4:30. And I thank you for the participation. I thank you for the enthusiasm around the room. And that was started up by Mr. Dio. Thank you. And every other person just got that vibe. And they all kicked in. And I hope it will continue because this is a journey we have started with the Rural Gems, and we intend to continue. We intend to challenge ourselves to move on from where we are now and to turn around whatever negative situation and make it positive, and start our own small business. That is the challenge for today. Can you start a small business, no matter how small? Because next year, by God's grace, hopefully the Rural Gems will be inclined to set up meetings like this, maybe once in 2 months, just to check up on us, to say, what are you doing about it? And I hope Augustina would have changed her mindsets by then, you know, she would have changed her mindset by then, and other people will be able to just give us an idea of what they've done differently from where they are today. And if they've already started their own business, they want to tell us the moves they have made just to push it forward a bit. Remember, no pressure on you, but you can do it. Even if it's just teaching people how to braid hair, you know, you're just teaching people. So you don't need a lot of money to start. And even if you need money, there's a lot of money being pumped out by the government now, but you cannot win it if you're not in it. You know, funny enough, I got 50,000 loan. It's a loan, so don't look at me. I'm going to pay it back. You know, during this lockdown, that is one good thing I can say about lockdown, about COVID-19. You know, because a friend of mine just told me, oh, the government is doing this bounce back loan and all that. And I applied, and within 2 days, the money was in the bank, £50,000. You know, when they told me to be in the bank, by the second day, I didn't bother to check the account. I just said, oh, these people, no, it's not possible. But the third day, when I now checked the account and I clicked on it and I saw the 50,000, I pushed my chair back and I said, is this 5,000? You know, and I counted the zeros. I adjusted my glasses, counted the zeros. I said, it's actually 50,000. But if I'd not started my small business, if I'd not opened a bank account, I would have missed out on that. And there's still other things that they're introducing now. There's a lot of support in circulation. You can contact me if you wish to know more about it, but you cannot win it if you're not in it. Okay, you have to be in it to win it. Even they're offering staff for people, they will pay your staff for 6 months, you know, and then the staff will be promoting your business. There's a lot going around, but let us be in it to win it. Thank you. Augustina?
Just a quick response to all your points. Thank you, Valerie, and those that are going to send me things on mindset. I wish I have the time. Since the COVID started in March, I've not had a day off. So Christmas Day is my day off. So I'll try. I'll work on it. I'm not making excuses, but I work shift calls and I'm on my feet all the time. But I'll give it a go. So if you send me something, I will appreciate it. I'll look into it. It's just that the time sometimes is not my friend. That's all. So thank you all for the support.
Okay, Augustina, you may not be able to read textbooks or things like that, but you will listen to me. I am happy to talk to you over the phone. You may be lying down and I'll be talking.
And I'll be snoring.
You'll be snoring. It's okay. It's okay. Cheers. Do we have any other questions before I pass back? We've actually exceeded our time. I'm sorry about that. But already I knew that this session will be very inspiring, and 1 hour, 30 minutes may not be enough because we are talking about life situations, life-changing situations. And by the time we have the next session, when we have about a minimum of 6 people talking about what they have done since this session, you know, it will be more than 2 hours, but it will be more than 2 hours well spent. Because the more you hear of other people's testimonies, the more that you think, yes, I can do it. If they can, I can. Okay, thank you so much.
Mrs. Wanderson is raising up her hand, please.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Please, Shewa, it's so important because I know you dealt with the 2 M's. It is very, very important and crucial that you find a time to complete the 3rd M. People like us who are not in that business inclined environment can then start to think of, with the advice of people like Dayo, who are in, and yourself as well as Chika, can then advise the rest of us where to actually invest your money, like sort of businesses or services where you can actually invest the money that can yield income, because it's not only you might have the money, but because of things that are happening, people are a bit fearful of where to invest this money, and you rather keeping it safe there in the bank where you know nobody's touching it. I don't know if you understand that. Yes,
I do.
Exactly. It would be nice if I don't know when, but this holiday period when most of us are around. And
that's very important.
and other people can join in to treat this third M, which is multiplying the money, because it's the most important aspect of this discussion.
Yes.
Please, that's what I wanted to raise.
Thank you so much. I'll just pass that on to Dr. Mary and the management of the Rural Gems to approve that. As for me, because I'm just passionate about investments and multiplying money, I drink it, I sleep it, I wake it, I talk it. So if they want me to come back on at no fee whatsoever before the end of this year, I'm happy to do so. And I'll be dragging Mr. Dio in, because he would need to create time for us to discuss it before next year. So I'm just dragging him in. I'm not giving him any choice. So,
amazing.
It is already approved. Rural Gems, we are overriding you. I think majority carries the vote here. Whoever whatever you call them, Mr. Tabi and the others.
When do you guys want it? Before Christmas or after Christmas? Just before the new year?
Oh,
before the new year, please.
Yes, I think before the new year, so that we'll invite more people.
Yeah. Okay.
Before the new year, so that we can invite more people.
Okay, let's check the calendar.
We'll take this to the board and we'll get back to you.
Where are the boards? Are they not here?
Sorry, guys. I think it's better to check the calendar and see what works for everybody so that we can move on. Yeah, please. Since all the board of trustees are here at the moment, so we'll. I think Sunday works well for most of us, doesn't it?
Yes, especially me. I refuse to work on Sundays.
How about next Sunday then?
Sorry?
Next Sunday, 27th.
Yeah.
That's fine for me.
Yeah, Chika is nodding. Yeah. Valerie?
Dayo?
Dayo, thumbs up. Lovely.
I need to check my diary. Hold on.
Friday says absolutely. Yes, please.
And also, if I may point out, please, we need more people to attend. More people to attend. So please, if we had known, we would have done another invite. But please, when you receive the invite from the Rural Gems for this program, can you promise us now, please, to send it to at least 10 people in your contact, 10 people that you think could benefit in your contact. So just forward it to 10, just 10 people. If you can do more, fine, but minimum 10 people. Once you receive it, please, so that it will really be effective, That's just a suggestion.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, 27th is fine for me.
Yeah, 27th, same time, 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, 3 p.m. next Sunday. So we'll send out the invites, guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Same platform. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the concept you mentioned. You mentioned it twice. I always wanted to talk about it, but you mentioned it twice. The concept of multiple streams of income. Yes. Experience over the years have shown that you don't make money on salaries. I mean, it's fixed. You cannot become wealthy on salaries. So, trying as much as possible to develop a business while still at work. It's very important for anybody that is a 9-to-5 person. Because at the end of the day, this is what you may have to fall back on as you grow older or as you get to your retirement age. So the concept of multiple stream of income, it's very, 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 very necessary for anybody who is presently at work, 9 to 5, or whatever else you are doing, you should have a multiple stream of income where you can make extra cash. And it's better to develop it before you eventually retire from work.
Yes.
So it's a concept that I think we should take into cognizance whenever we have this kind of talk.
Yes, thank you. In the multiplication session, we will deal on that, because that is really saying that multiply your streams of income. So for next Sunday, we will deal on that.
And now for me, multiple streams of income simply means try as much as possible to see where your interest lies.
Yes.
See where your interest lies. You can turn your interest into business. For example, Basila likes dancing. She should start training people how to dance.
Yes. Thank you.
Is it possible we make it 2 hours?
Yes. Yeah, because it's generating a lot of interest. Yeah, and more people will be on the platform to talk. So I think we should extend it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hours. Just leave it open for that.
Thank you, Shewa. I'll probably need your phone number.
Yes. Yes, I'll put my number. Yeah, I'll put my number and the email address in the chat.
Okay.
So yeah.
Dr. Mary can send it to me.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
any more questions, guys? Francis, sorry, Francis, are you okay? Francis?
Yes.
Are you okay? You can unmute yourself, please.
I have.
Yeah, I know you had some concerns before the meeting. Is it making sense?
It is, but I think if I can get through the next week one, I can take a step from there.
Lovely. Okay, that's lovely. I'm glad you did. Yeah, thank you very much for attending.
Most welcome. You're most welcome, sis.
Yeah, okay. Who else? And if there are no more questions, guys, I think we'll just move on to announcements and upcoming events. So the next upcoming event is it's Sunday, isn't it? 27th of December. We just need to give it a title, right? So we'll sit down and discuss the title, but like most of you said, it's on multiplication, multiplying money, something around that area. Yeah.
Part 2, multiplying money, part 2.
I think if I may jump in there, those people that have set up their business, I think Valerie as well, maybe we'll give her an extended time to expand on what she was saying, really. I think that would be a good idea as well. It's a suggestion. You guys don't have to listen to me. But
yeah, and possibly on this same platform, we'll be talking about how to promote each other's businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what we're doing. TRG, we're not just coming to talk. We need to be there to support one another. So like, I think it was Shewa that used the word cheerleaders. We're your cheerleaders, you know? So we have to be there to support you. Whatever you're selling, will be your first critics. Will say, okay, this is how it is. You need to make improvement, and we'll take you from there. Okay. So that's really it, guys. We'll be TRG will be developing our own social enterprise because we need to raise money for us as an organization. Apart from grant applications and the donations people make to us, we also need to be able to diversify in the area of social enterprise. So we'll be looking at those things. There are already some products or some things we're considering, but we wouldn't mind taking on your own products too on board to promote. So social enterprise basically meaning whatever we sell, the profit will be used in shipping books to Nigeria, doing the meal on me, because we cannot just feed homeless people once and that's it. From what we saw yesterday, the hunger is real. It's real. So we can't just feed them Christmas and that's it. We just have to be as frequent as we can. And then videos and photos of yesterday's Meal on Me program will also be circulated to all the TRG partners. So all of you on this platform and previous sessions will receive the videos and the photos, just so that we keep you abreast of the events and how we're spending your money. And I think that's it really. And then we close with Edmond's. Edmond is one of the board of trustees of TRG. He's the director. So Edmond will. Mary? Pardon?
Can I ask a quick question, please?
Yes, please.
You know, when you were giving us a brief details about the rare gems, and you said you're helping people here as well. Is it just for BAME, ethnic minority, young families only? Or does
No, everyone. Anyone disadvantaged.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever, if COVID-19 has put you in a disadvantaged position, we will support you.
Okay.
Anybody at all. Oh, yeah. Okay. Olaide is putting up her hand. Olaide, go on, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask how soon you can send us the recording, because I've just informed my husband of this one. I think it'll be good for him to have a listen to this before he attends the next one. So I just wanted to check when you be sharing the recording, please.
Right. Okay. Guys, I must confess that I'm still working my head around technology, but I will send it to you within the next 48 hours. If I finish within 24 hours, I'll send it out. But if not, maximum 48 hours, you'll get it. So I hope people are putting their email addresses. If you want to receive the recording, yeah, please put your email addresses there in the chat. And then we'll be posting some of them to our YouTube channel. And please, I encourage you to visit our website. If you just type in the rural gems on Google, the rural gems, that's the first thing that comes up. It will take you to our website, and then you can navigate your way through, okay? Please, please, please visit our website. And finally, I'll hand over to Edmond.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thanks, Mary, and thanks, Shawa, for what a session. The first person that got my attention was Auntie Augustina. When you said you don't know how to sell anything, I was like, yes, I found someone like me. Because I come from a family of academics. So anything selling is like, go to school, that's it. Either you go to school or you're not worthy to be born. When you said you don't know how to sell anything, I'm like, yeah, that's it. I end up selling something, I end up giving it freely as gift. So, but one thing I think that helped me as a person, I think as well, because I think some people suggested reading books. Personally, I'll read the book, I'll summarize the book, I can write a report on the book for you if you want to, but I wouldn't even take any action from it because reading book is something that comes natural to me. So it's not something that would, stir me up or anything. My career, I'm an engineer, I always read. So if you give me a book to read, I'll read it like a storybook, and then I will tell you the summary of what the book says, but I wouldn't take an action. But what I did personally, I got a mentor, a personal mentor. And when I was working in a company while I was studying. So I think this actually ties into Mr. Dio's question or his idea about making money. I got a mentor, I sat down with him and I spoke to him because personal finance is personal. There's always a niche for you. Everyone has things that come natural to them, like businesses and all that. Some other people, it's just academics and academic excellence. That's how they succeed. So what he did was I sat down with him and I explained myself to him, gave him details of what I do and what I want to do. And just for tips of who he is, he's an immigrant as well, like me, but although second generation immigrant, but he's done working now. I think he's about 38 years old. He's done working. He's not working anymore because he's got enough. So, but he did that through his career, because everyone talks about businesses, but career could also be a way where people could achieve, life dreams and life goals. So he did that through his career, although he had to put in some money into business. He taught me about the cash flow quadrant, and he said you can be an employee and an investor. You might not really be a business owner or something like that. So it could help as well getting someone that would you could talk to personally, because on a general platform, most things that are said are general. But when it has to be a personal, one-to-one meeting, the person looks at you for you and looks at what will work for you. If I could give a testimony on it, when he looked at me and he asked me some questions. He knew where my strengths lied, and then he told me to do this course or do that course. And the idea of working in one company, no matter how secure it is for 40 years, is dead. Keep moving every 2-3 years. Keep improving yourself wherever you are, make yourself relevant. And for me, it helped me because the job I work in now is 5 figures more than the one I was working with before. But he told me, get this done, get this done, get this qualification. When you're applying for a job, there's some jobs that won't even take you because they will be scared of taking you. So that is something I think would help as well. Getting someone that can look at you for who you are, because someone can say business and it sounds very exciting. I've been to a motivational speaking content program before. After the person finished speaking, I felt like I was in a church. I was very hyped. But then after 1 week, I was like, wow, where has all those hype gone? So I think a personal one-on-one interaction would help, because I wrote yours down here because you were like, wow, I found someone like me. I thought I'm the only one that existed that is not business. But now career is a good thing, but also he thought about having other areas where you put money into. If you don't have a face-to-face contact, he suggested stock markets, and because you don't have to deal with anybody. Yeah, and leveraging the use of the internet now, because we're in a situation where you don't have to go to a library and read or serve an orga for 9 years before you get settled. Now you can go to the internet, learn what you want to learn, and then utilize it. So that will help a lot about you. And Christabella, I think, the young lady that asked the question. The only thing I would say about that is your question was very much coordinated. I could tell you really go to school, so good work with it. You sounded very, 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 very bright. I'm really happy about it. And Mr. Dio, your question about you spoke about making money and how you have to, and how salaries is not really a good indication of making money. That's right in the context. You're speaking like a businessman. That's why I said that's right in your own context. But I think it could actually be a good way if you see your salary as not trading time but trading value. I've got some people I work with. They possibly could earn the same salary, but because they feed my company's bottom line a lot, their bonuses could be more than someone else's 3 years business income just on bonuses. So if the company sees you as a place where you create value and you're very much valuable, it helps to, one, increase your potential, and two, um, increase your income as well. Because coming from where I work, there have been lots of people that have been laid off and things like that. But there's some people that you just can't touch, because touching them means shutting down the entire company most likely. So it's just wherever you create value in your business, in your workplace, as far as you're creating much more value than your time could be, you would always have a heads up. Miss Wandison, um, Mrs. Wandison, you said something about discipline to family and how you could. I think Auntie Augustina said the same thing as well about how to interact with family. That's something that I think I spoke to my mentor about as well, because I don't want the point where I see my phone ringing and my heart is skipping. So, or you end up seeing a message, bless you in the name of the Lord, and something. And like, I know what's coming after it, so don't worry, just say what you want to say. So, one thing he spoke about that actually helped me, he spoke about discipline, but also he talked about giving the clear picture of what's going on. Because some people back home, they think you're in London, you're with the Queen, you're driving Rolls Royce. But if they come to understanding of that life is, of what life is, the reality of life, and there'll always be a need to help. That's something you can't cut off entirely, but not at the detriment of yourself, your family, and possibly your immediates. So if that discipline helps, yes, but also having a clear identity of what's actually going on. And the program for next week, wow, they multiply. I think that's the way everybody gets interested in. Me too. I think that's a session that will be very much interactive, and that's where people could actually find out who they are personally. There could be 3 or 4 things that could be thrown out, but there will be one that is you. You find yourself, you can fit into that. I know people that when I was hearing a lot about business, I was like, why did I even end up going to school anyway? Because if what's the sense of my years and years of hard work? But yeah, everyone has a niche that would favor them, that would favor your surrounding and the times you find yourself in. So thank you very much to everyone that contributed. The questions were really, because if Shawa had just been speaking and no one had made any interjection, we wouldn't really learn. It would just be like one of those motivational speeches or one of those sermons where you jump up and shout, I receive, and then nothing happens. So it's better we had this interaction. You know, people have contra ideas and other people chip in with their own personal experiences, and it's helped, you know, broaden my own horizon as a person. So thank you very much to everyone. I don't want to keep everyone's time because everyone is hungry, myself too. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for investing your time and your efforts to come listen. I know it stirred up something in you, which I think by next week we'll be able to fuel more. And one important thing is also to track progress. We'll be able to track each other's progress, promote each other, and as a community grow. So thank you very much. I didn't even see the time passing because I really enjoyed the interactions, especially with Auntie Augustine, and I got some fun. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and your effort. And I really learned a lot on the personal level, which I have noted down here. My note is almost full. I have to go through it now and see the ones that are not me and the ones that I meet to segregate them. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time, Sister Valerie, Ms. Shewa, Mr. Augustina. I think you're the three that are just on my front page. So thank you, Mr. Dayo. I like the way
Tika.
Nice voice that commanded authority. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. And just one more thing about the recordings. I've just been advised that it's better to put the videos and the recordings on the website so that we all visit the website and view, right? Instead of sending it as email. So I will do that. Yeah, within the next 48 hours. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank
Have
you
a
all.
lovely
Have a
evening.
lovely Christmas. Thank you. God bless you.
See you.